Hi, so what I have here is a LifePro foot and calf massager. So this particular model is called the RelaxaTilt X or RelaxaTilt 10. So I'm going to go over some of the features here and how it actually feels. Now, right off the bat, I noticed this is a little bit different than my previous one. So the previous one that I reviewed was called Relax, and that one was actually, I gotta be honest here, was a little bit more comfortable because it had a lot more padding here. Whereas this one has, you know, some hard plastic that, you know, kind of eats into your, I want to say shin or, you know, this particular bone here. So, but I'll go over that a little bit later. I want to demo this. So this particular one, and the reason why I got this was because this has a kickstand, which my previous Relax did not have. So I thought it would be a good addition. This one also has heating, which I'll also go through. So let me go ahead and go through the control panel right now. So I could turn it on here, and this has 3 presets. So that was P1 before. This is P2. There's also P3. Now none of them, just like the Relax, none of these on the LifePro felt any different to me than any of the other presets. Now they have different speeds. They also go in reverse, so you could see this particular one goes into reverse after a particular time. And then you could also go manual here. So manual, you could actually control the speed. So this here is fast, and this is I guess a little bit faster. You can see this is the slow, so it's slowed down some. That's the slowest speed. I'm going to go up one. This is medium. And I'm going to go up one more, and I suppose this is the fastest speed here. I'm going to push it one more time to go back to the slow. So there's 3 speeds. You could also add time, so you could add each minute. Usually it defaults to 15 minutes and then it's auto shut off. Now this has heat, but to be honest with you, and it has the heat indicators right there, and then it has these red LED lights. Now I gotta be honest with you, I do not feel the heat at all, and I'm actually wondering whether the heat itself is kind of, you know, just a mirage, you know, putting on these lights. And I used this for 15 minutes, and I did not feel any extra heat. And if there was extra heat, it was probably very slight, but you could see that the, you know, LEDs are lighted up for the heat. Now I'm gonna turn off the heat, and you could see it's turned off. But just to be honest, I did not sense any extra heat. So you could also reverse direction here, and it reverses direction, as you could tell right there. It's in reverse. So there's just 2 directions, forward and reverse. And the remote control has all of these buttons that the control panel has. So that's a nice handy little feature, is this remote control. Now I'm going to put my foot in there, and you could observe just what goes on here. Now one thing about the kickstand is the kickstand is very handy. It has several positions, and it also acts as kind of like a carry-on handle, which I really like. Now because I have something to compare it to, I just reviewed the Relax, and I will have that video at the end of this video itself, or down in the description, so you could also see the review of that video. Now, because I have something to compare it to with the Relax, and comparing it to this LifePro, I could tell this was not as comfortable. So I'm going to put my foot in here. And one thing I do want to mention is always use socks. Otherwise, you're going to have like dead skin rub all over these things. Even though this particular one also has a zipper where you could unzip this lining and also just rinse it. I wouldn't put it in the washer because it's going to shrink. But it does have, you know, this particular zipper where you could unzip the lining and just rinse it. Or you do what I do, which is simply to vacuum it with a hand vac. So that's what I normally do if I get any dead skin on it. So my recommendation is really to just wear socks So even with the previous foot massager, what I like using this for is actually for the calves. I suppose it feels okay with the foot. And there are, by the way, rollers that come up and down. So I'm going to zoom in here. And you could see just right in this position here, there's a roller that comes up and turns and rotates. So you could also feel that in the bottom of your feet as you're doing this. Now, when you are positioning your feet, you know, you do move your feet around to get different areas where it can massage. So you can see, and if I speed this up, and let me go full speed here. So it is comfortable in that manner. Now, what I was complaining about here is that this is hard plastic here. So you could see the sharp edge. So when I'm putting my calf on here, you know, not so much in the foot because it goes on top of the foot, it actually pokes in to kind of your shin or your skin. You know, maybe for different people with different meat on their bones or, you know, different size calves, it might be different. But I did not have that in the other version with the Terralax. So, you know, I am debating whether I should, you know, possibly return this or not. So I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to show you the kickstand here. So with the kickstand, you actually push on this, and this will turn. Now I have to push both sides. And there's about 8 different positions. So there's a lot of positions where you could actually stand this up. So I can't quite show you that because I'm holding the camera with, you know, basically one of my hands, unless I do this trick with the toe. So you could see I'm pushing on both sides, and you know, it rotates, and it's able to lift it to a particular angle that you would like. Now that's good for the shin if you're sitting down. So let me set that up and show you that position. So you could see here that I angled the kickstand into this position where I could actually be seated and actually have my shins resting right around this area. And you'll notice the cord here. So I measured the cord, and the cord for this particular model is 4 feet 9 inches. Or around 5 feet, depending on where you measure it. So, but definitely it's no more than 5 feet long. So, you know, you might want to think about, you know, how far it is from your couch or your bed, you know, in case you're lying flat down. So, just to demo the shin, so I'm going to put the shin, or not my shin, I'm going to demo the calf here. So I'm just putting my calf in that area. Turning it on, and you could see right there, and this empty spot. So that's how it's kneading the calves. And again, for the most part, it does feel pretty good. Even with this edge here. So let me give you another angle so you can actually see that flat. So I'm going to adjust this kickstand to be flat on the floor. Okay, now I have this flat on the floor, and I'm going to put my calves in one of them and show you. I have this flat on the floor, and that particular angle here, so that's what I'm mentioning there, where there's just not enough foam in this area, and also on the other end, to actually keep it from eating away at your shin. Now, that could be fixed by wearing an extra pair of socks, or even when you have pants or something, you know, but it's definitely not as comfortable as the other particular Terralax brand that I reviewed. And that's the same situation with this particular side, so I'm going to put my foot in that. And you could get a sense of what I mean there with this particular edge. Now the other one has just a different kind of foam. So let me just reverse it and see if it makes a difference. So I do want to mention again that you want to wear full-length socks here, otherwise you will have dead skin that starts resting on the lining there. So let me pull my foot out and just give you some final comments here. But that's really it. That's really what I wanted to mention here. You know, so yeah, so that's really it. That's what I want to mention, and I hope this helps. And please subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.